What you're about to see captures the final moments a 21-year-old woman was ever seen alive. She vanished without a trace and remained missing for over 3 weeks, until her body was discovered floating inside a water tank. The most chilling part? It all happened in a place already feared as the Hotel of Death. How did she end up in that tank, completely alone? To understand, we have to begin with the strange events that unfolded inside an elevator. What if a hotel could hold more than just memories? What if its walls carried the weight of tragedy, secrets, and unanswered questions? In the heart of downtown Los Angeles stands the infamous Cecil Hotel, a place long associated with darkness. For decades, it has gained notoriety for its tragic history of deaths, disturbing incidents, and mysteries that defy explanation. Among all these stories, none is more haunting than that of Elisa Lam, a young traveler whose final days continue to puzzle and unsettle the world. This documentary retraces the timeline of her disappearance, the eerie elevator footage that sparked worldwide speculation, and the chilling questions that remain unanswered. Elisa Lam, born in April 1990 in Vancouver, Canada, was a bright and curious soul with a love for literature, travel, and self-reflection. Through her personal blog, she shared her thoughts, offering glimpses into her introspection and her yearning for new experiences. In January 2013, eager to explore California, Elisa embarked on a solo journey. She first visited San Diego, enjoying the coastal beauty before continuing on. On January 26, she arrived in Los Angeles, unaware that the vibrant city and the hotel she checked into would become the stage for a mystery that still grips countless minds today. What began as a hopeful trip soon unraveled into one of the most disturbing and baffling cases in recent memory. Her journey led her to the Cecil Hotel, which, despite its notorious reputation, offered affordable accommodations for budget-conscious travelers. The hotel, first opened in 1927, carries a dark legacy of suicides, murders, and unexplained disappearances. Yet none of this deterred Elisa as she checked into room 504, seemingly unaware of the shadows that lingered in its halls. Elisa Lam's stay at the Cecil Hotel began on a positive note, with her exploring Los Angeles and sharing her experiences on social media. However, as her trip progressed, her friends and family noticed a troubling shift in her demeanor. On January 31, 2013, Elisa was reported missing after loved ones lost contact with her for several days. Concerned for her safety, they reached out to the Los Angeles Police Department, which quickly launched a search for the young traveler. Hotel staff also notified authorities, explaining that Elisa had not checked out as planned. As the search intensified, concern grew deeper with each passing day. Not long after, the hotel released surveillance footage from January 31, showing Elisa inside an elevator. At first, she appears calm as she enters, but within moments, her behavior shifts. She begins pressing multiple buttons in rapid succession, her movements becoming increasingly frantic. The elevator doors refuse to close. She steps into the corner, peering out into the hallway as if expecting someone or something. She cautiously exits, looks around, then quickly re-enters, retreating again into the corner. Her actions seem erratic yet intentional, as though she is reacting to something unseen. Finally, she steps out once more and disappears from view. The doors remain open for an unusually long time before slowly closing. This footage, her last known appearance, sparked widespread speculation. Was she afraid? Was someone following her? Or was she experiencing a mental health crisis? The video quickly spread across the internet, igniting debates worldwide. Some believed her bipolar disorder may have played a role, possibly intensified by the stress of traveling alone. Others were convinced she had encountered something far more sinister. Meanwhile, search efforts intensified. Police and volunteers combed through the hotel and surrounding areas, while her family distributed flyers, desperately seeking any clue that could lead to her. The Cecil Hotel itself became the center of growing fear. Guests reported strange noises, unsettling experiences, and an overwhelming sense of unease. Its dark history seemed to cast a shadow over the investigation, blurring the line between reality and legend. Then, nearly 3 weeks after Elisa's disappearance, a horrifying discovery was made. A maintenance worker, responding to complaints about low water pressure, checked the rooftop tanks. Inside one of them, he found Elisa's body. The shock was immediate, and so were the questions. The tanks were located on the roof, behind locked doors and alarmed access points. How had she gotten there? How had no one noticed during the extensive search? An autopsy later concluded that Elisa had drowned, with her bipolar disorder listed as a contributing factor. The coroner ruled her death an accidental drowning. But for many, the explanation felt incomplete. The circumstances were too strange, the footage was deeply unsettling, and the questions only seemed to multiply with time. As the case gained global attention, theories began to spread rapidly across the internet. Some believed Elisa had fallen victim to a violent crime, possibly at the hands of someone lurking within the hotel. Others were convinced that the Cecil Hotel's dark and tragic past played a role, pointing toward something far more mysterious, something that couldn't easily be explained. Speculation intensified as online communities dissected every detail. Soon, attention shifted toward a musician named Pablo Vergara, known by his stage name Morbid. Around the same time Elisa's body was discovered, he had released a video promoting his music, footage that had been filmed inside the Cecil Hotel. Even more unsettling to some were the lyrics of his song, which referenced themes of death and drowning. To many internet investigators, the timing felt too coincidental to ignore. The connection between the hotel, the video, and the lyrics led to a wave of accusations. Social media quickly turned against him, with thousands convinced they had found the person responsible. Accusations flooded in relentlessly. However, one crucial fact soon unraveled the entire theory. Pablo Vergara wasn't even in the United States at the time of Elisa's disappearance. He had been in Mexico, focused on his music. Despite this, the damage had already been done. The false accusations led to intense harassment, including threats and constant online attacks, pushing him into a severe personal crisis.
This is going to be like bigger exposure about the subject, so I'm still like just crossing my fingers that it won't get too wild. I stayed there. It was probably February 2012. Traveled from the East Coast. I was in Cincinnati recording my album, and my time there just expired, and I just, I needed to change my life. I decided to move to LA, and I just stayed there for 3 days while I was talking to friends over there, and then after that, I stayed with friends, did my thing. So just those 3 days was like enough to completely change my life.
As Elisa's case gained global attention, online communities, documentaries, and podcasts began analyzing every second of the eerie elevator footage, searching desperately for answers. Her story became permanently linked to the dark reputation of the Cecil Hotel, attracting true crime enthusiasts and curious visitors from around the world. Even though the coroner ruled her death an accidental drowning, questions and theories never truly disappeared. To this day, the Cecil Hotel stands over downtown Los Angeles, and Elisa Lam's story remains a chilling reminder that some mysteries are never fully explained, and some places never let go of their past.